We are back in action for another lovely Sunday, or whenever you're watching this. I'm so grateful to be connecting with you on this glorious day. I'm karunasol. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. So I am a certified integrative nutrition coach, and I specialize in functional medicine. I actually work under a functional medicine doctor. So a lot of my channel is about science. I am a life connoisseur, so a lot of my channel is about life hacks, and I am obsessed with feminine vitality. It is my goal, it is my mission, it is my passion to increase and have all of us reach our potential in this existence, especially through feminine vitality. So that is what we are doing. So for today's chat, we're going to be talking about how to optimize our feminine vitality through our gut. Now, I know gut health is such a key word right now. It's such a hot topic, but I feel like with the information that's been circulating around the internet, there just needs to be a bare bones explanation about what is gut health, why is it important, what does it do for our health, and really how it relates to our feminine vitality and our feminine energy. So this is what we are going to be talking about today. I love it. It's going to get a little sciencey up in here, okay? So if you like science, amazing. If you don't, you can still learn a thing or two. I think it's okay, right? So let's just go straight into it. So firstly, what is the gut? You hear gut everywhere. Like, what is everyone talking about? Excuse me. The gut, aka our gastrointestinal tract, the GI tract, is responsible for digesting our food, absorbing nutrients, and communicating with our brain. It's also known as the second brain because it holds millions of nerve cells or neurons and neurotransmitters. So what those are, so neurons are our body's communication network, and that transmits messages, I'm very excited, between the brain to other parts of our body. And neurotransmitters are the chemical messages themselves. So something that's created in the gut, a neurotransmitter called serotonin. I'm sure you've heard of serotonin. This regulates our mood, our sleep, our appetite, our digestion. So really, our gut health dictates our mood. It really dictates our whole life, right? Our sleep, our appetite, everything. This starts in the gut. So that's the gut. And if you think about it as a highway that connects cars, aka food, to different cities, aka parts of the digestive system, smoothly and relatively quickly. So just think of your gut as this interconnective highway that gets things to where they need to go so our bodies can work optimally, right? So the gut connects to different parts of the digestive system where food can be broken down, absorbed, and toxic waste can be processed and eliminated. The main organs of the gut are the stomach, and this is where food is broken down through something called the bile, which the liver creates the bile, and that bile is stored in our gallbladder. So if you are someone who has had your gallbladder removed, you might find it harder to digest food. That's because that bile that the liver creates, which is this acid that breaks down our food so we can digest it and then absorb it and then let out the waste. If that's taken away, it can be harder to digest your food. So if you're wondering, or if you have someone in your family that has their gallbladder removed, and they have digestive issues, that's a big reason as to why, because the bile is no longer stored there to help the food break down. So that's one organ. The next organ is the small intestine, and this is where we absorb nutrients from the digested food. So it goes to the stomach, where our food's digested, to our small intestine, and this is where our nutrients are absorbed, and then to our large intestine, which absorbs water and forms waste. So this is where our stool is formed in the large intestine, which is extremely important. Ladies, having regular bowel movements, I'm talking 1 to 3 healthy bowel movements a day, is extremely important. If we're not excreting our bowels on a regular basis, they're getting backed up in our gut, and then those toxins seep out into our bloodstream. So that's just a sidebar. It is very important to have your regular bowel movements, okay? So if you're not, let's chat, talk to your doctor. I mean, there are ways to go around this for sure. And I'm totally for Western medicine. I get it, like it has its place. I feel like we can heal our bodies ourselves with some help and some guidance from trained practitioners. So I wouldn't say if you're having bowel troubles to go straight for laxatives and, you know, prescriptions and things like that, because you can become dependent on it and it actually wears out your system. But this is a whole other topic when we talk about the detoxification system, which is a video I would love to do. If you want that video, let me know. I would love to make it. We can talk all about that, okay? I'm passionate about it. So that is essentially the gut. But why is the gut important? Well, like we talked about before, it regulates our mood, our mental health. That gut-brain connection regulates how we feel and then how we show up in the world. Our gut helps to absorb nutrients in our body. You can be eating all the vegetables, all the fruits, all the supplements, but if your body, your small intestine, isn't properly absorbing what you're eating, it does nothing. So an important aspect to gut health is making sure that we're actually absorbing the nutrients, and those are enzymes in our small intestines that help to break things down and absorb them into our body. Gut health is also important for disease prevention, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. These are all regulated and can be prevented through optimal gut health. Our detoxification system. This helps to eliminate toxins from the body, like we were just talking about, the importance of having regular bowel movements. I have spoken to so many ladies that aren't having regular bowel movements, and this is why I stress this so much. That is not normal, and we have some work to do, but do not worry. It's simple. I was gonna say it's relatively easy. It's simple. Maybe it's not the easiest thing to do, but it is simple, okay? Gut health is also important because it supports our immune system. So a large part of the immune system is located in our gut, right? And this helps to fight infections and reduces inflammation. Now, why is gut health important to us, to what we talk about here, right? Our feminine vitality, our feminine energy. One crucial aspect is hormonal balance. Our gut health plays a crucial role in hormonal regulation, and hormones are crucial to our health as women. Crucial. Having regulated hormones, especially as we move through the different phases of our life, from fertility to perimenopause to menopause and postmenopause, our hormones are all over the place. So we really need to learn how to regulate those because they are a huge indicator of health. And if you have seen the Eat Like a Goddess video where we talked about the hormone leptin, which I like to call our intuitive hormone, our gut health regulates this hormone as well. I will link that video so you can give it a watch. It's a good one. So the next way that our gut health is tied to our feminine vitality or our feminine energy is through intuition, through gut feelings. Now, a healthy gut gives us those clear somatic markers, aka gut feelings, and clears the path for our intuition to flourish. This is a stronger connection to the body. Last week, we were talking about micro habits of feminine energy, and in the beginning, I explained what feminine energy actually is and its characteristics, one of them being a strong connection to the body. A woman that is rooted in her feminine energy is rooted in her body. She is free-flowing and she listens to her body, and her body, when it is clean, when it is healthy, gives her the signals, gives her the right messages on what she needs to do. So when you have a healthy gut, this strengthens that intuitive self. This strengthens those gut feelings to help you perpetuate more and more health and vitality. Also, the gut health, as we were talking about before, helps to regulate emotional balance. Another characteristic of feminine energy is emotional intelligence, that mind-body connection. This is created in the gut, and it is so vital if you want to be flourishing in your feminine energy and living in that vitality state. Gut also impacts creativity. So the gut microbiome, which are bacteria and microbes and fungi that live in our bellies, the health of your gut influences the body's stress response. When we're stressed, we cannot be creative. I know so many of us ladies out there are in survival mode where we gotta work, we feel like we gotta go, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and we're just constantly stressed because bills are due, or the kids are screaming, or whatever it is, right? Whatever our stressors are, our creativity gets blocked when we are too stressed. Now, with a healthy gut microbiome, which is the bacteria and microbes in our gut, when that's balanced, this helps to balance our stress response, and then our creativity can flourish. Creativity is also another aspect of feminine energy. So a healthy gut is essential if you are looking to step further into your feminine energy and your feminine vitality, which is specifically the coaching that I do with my girls. It's feminine vitality. So I'm looking for that effervescent, vivacious, long, optimal life. So what happens when the gut is unhealthy? If we look at the gut, our little highway system, right? The lining of our gut is very, very thin. And this keeps harmful substances out and helpful nutrients in. So when this gut lining is compromised, your health is compromised. This is also known as leaky gut. What this is called increased intestinal permeability. So when the lining of your intestines becomes damaged, this allows toxins, bacteria, and undigested food into the intestines. And remember, the small intestines, that's where we absorb nutrients. So imagine that you have a bunch of toxins and bacteria and undigested food in your small intestines. This is what your body is now absorbing. And it ain't good, okay? So maybe you might have leaky gut. Here are some symptoms of leaky gut. If you have digestion issues, if you experience bloating after every meal, gas, cramps, pains, diarrhea, abdominal pains. If you experience joint pain, leaky gut is actually linked to autoimmune conditions, one of those being rheumatoid arthritis. And arthritis affects our joints. It's inflammation of the joints. So with increased intestinal permeability, leaky gut, this can trigger autoimmune and food sensitivity, which can lead to headaches and brain fog. So if you experience headaches or brain fog after eating or just during the day, you might have a leaky gut. If you experience mood disorders like depression, anxiety, irritability, mood swings, you might not just be a B word, you really just might have a leaky gut. You might have issues with your gut if you feel anxious about things all the time and you just don't know why. I mean, your mind will always try and find a reason why, and I know this from experience. I have dealt with anxiety for the better part of my life since childhood, and learning how to heal traumas, heal my feminine energy, heal my gut has helped with my anxiety quite a bit. So I do speak from experience. Also depression. You might not be depressed, your life might not be that bad. You might just have a leaky gut. Y'all, the gut is so important. Like I said before, it is the second brain. It is where our happy molecules are created. This is where serotonin is. So you might not have a mood disorder. You might just not be absorbing your food properly. Your gut lining might be compromised, okay? Also, if you're experiencing skin conditions like eczema, rashes, rosacea, this could be linked to a leaky gut. And if you chronically feel fatigued or have low energy during the day. So those are some of the symptoms of a leaky gut. Factors that contribute to leaky gut, you know what I'm gonna say? It's that unhealthy diet. Processed foods, sugars, alcohol, these are all damaging to the intestinal lining. They're not natural. Our bodies don't know what they are. And what is happening is it's destroying that lining. So all these toxins and bacteria are going into our intestines and our body is absorbing that instead of getting it out. Also, factors that contribute to a leaky gut, stress. Stress weakens your immune system, which makes it harder for the body to actually repair itself. So if you do have leaky gut and you're chronically stressed, your body's not going to be able to repair its gut lining. We have incredible machines. Our bodies are machines that are designed to rejuvenate themselves, to repair themselves. We just have to make sure it's in the most optimal state to do so. Also, another factor contributing to leaky gut is an imbalance in that gut bacteria, in the microbiome. And this is essential for ultimate vitality, optimal health. If this is disrupted, you have dysbiosis in your gut, this can lead to inflammation. And inflammation is the root cause to chronic disease. Point blank, period. If you are inflamed, if your body is more acidic than it is alkaline, and you can find that out via blood test called the marker is called the anion gap, then you will know if your body is more acidic or more alkaline. The more acidic your body is, the more inflammation you have. The more inflammation you have, the greater chance you have of getting chronic diseases, okay? So we know what gut health is. We know what the gut is. We know why it's important. We know what a dysregulated gut looks like. So how can we heal leaky gut if we have it? And if we don't even have it, how can we ensure that we have optimal gut health so we live the most vivacious life possible? Step one, we gotta remove the irritants, AKA poor diet. The processed foods, the alcohol, the processed sugar, the gluten. Especially if you're healing from leaky gut, it is very important to eliminate these foods. I'm not even talking about an 80-20 rule where 80% of the time you eat clean and 20% of the time you allow yourself to process sugars and foods. If you are dealing with leaky gut, you've got to cut all of that out. And I'm not saying it as if it's easy. It's a simple step, but it's not an easy step like I was saying before. If you need help with that, let me know. This is what I specialize in. This is what I do. I coach you to help you live the best life that you possibly can. Okay? But that's the first step. We have to remove the irritants if we want to get better. The next step is to restore gut balance. So this is adding pro and prebiotics. I'm sure you've heard these words thrown around. What are they? So prebiotics are dietary fiber that are non-digested carbohydrates which nourish beneficial bacteria, okay? So some prebiotics in food are fruits like bananas, berries, oranges, veggies such as onion, chicory root, dandelion greens, beetroot, also seaweed. Seaweed is a superfood, especially if you have thyroid issues. Seaweed is full of iodine, which can help regulate your thyroid. I know so many of us ladies are dealing with dysregulated thyroid, and that is not fun. So seaweed can be very helpful with that as well. Whole grains such as oats and quinoa. I love having my oats in the morning. Legumes also, such as lentils, chickpeas, and green peas. Now, when it comes to legumes, beans, I would suggest you to pre-soak them in some water and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and this is to reduce lectin. Lectin is a protein found in beans, which can be beneficial, but in too high of doses, it can dysregulate our gut microbiome. It can cause digestive issues. So if you pre-soak your beans in water and some ACV for an hour to a half an hour before you cook them, this helps to reduce the lectin, and then it will reduce the side effects of, I know you've heard beans, they're good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you toot. So that's lectin. Lectin is what is making you toot when you eat the beans. You pre-soak the beans, you're able to absorb them better in your small intestine, and you will have less digestive issues. Okay, so those are prebiotics to have. Now, probiotics, those actually contain the beneficial bacteria for the gut. So prebiotics help the beneficial bacteria flourish. Probiotics are the actual beneficial bacteria. So foods where you can get your probiotics, kimchi. So kimchi is a Korean style fermented vegetables like cabbage. I love using kimchi in salads, in eggs. It's so good. Sauerkraut is also another form of fermented cabbage, but that more so originates from Europe. I'm not the hugest fan of sauerkraut. I like the seasonings of kimchi more, but you can use it in the same way. Miso. If you've ever gone out for sushi or anything like that and you see miso soup on the menu, run towards it, grab it. This is fermented soybeans. I love miso soup. I love miso. It's so tasty and it's full of probiotics. Also yogurt. Now I'm not saying go get Go-Gurt and Danimals, okay? That's just sugar paste. We don't eat that here. You want to get the yogurt that's labeled live with active cultures. If you're dairy free, you can go for a coconut or a cashew yogurt. That's typically what I go for. And then the next step is to repair the gut lining. So this is consuming gut healthy and gut healing nutrients like collagen. Collagen is a hot button word. So what collagen is, it's the most abundant form of protein in the body. A great way to get your collagen is you can get it through collagen powders and put it in your smoothies in the morning. I really like to get my collagen through bone broth. It's more easily absorbed through the body. It's more natural than just getting the powder. This is the thing with supplements. Your body digests and absorbs things better from its natural state. Now, supplements are great to supplement, but they shouldn't replace you actually eating the foods that contain what you need. Okay? So I look at collagen as a supplement, whereas bone broth, that's the natural way to get it. Now, L-glutamine, which is another hot button, I actually do take this supplement, and this is what it looks like. This is how it's spelled. I take it once a day with breakfast. And L-glutamine is an essential amino acid that helps the integrity of the gut lining. So this will help to actually repair the gut lining and restore it and heal you from leaky gut. So that is a supplement that I actually take on top of making sure that I'm eating gut healthy foods. And the last tip that's extremely important and often overlooked, we gotta manage our stress, y'all. Stress is a killer. Stress weakens your immune system. It leaves you susceptible to everything you don't want, okay? A little bit of stress is good. We need a little bit of stress because it's what gets us out of bed in the morning. If we had no stress at all, then we would be chilling in bed all day and we would be doing nothing with our lives. I'm just saying. So a little bit of stress is good, but I know for sure in our society, especially in the United States, we're all running around stressed out. So some stress reducing techniques: stretch in the morning. Something that I've been incorporating is doing some mobility stretching, which I really love. It like gets my body going, which is like dynamic stretching, so you're moving. Also deep breathing. So like we did together in the last video, and let's do it right now. We're gonna take 3 deep belly breaths, and I want you to breathe in through your nose. We're gonna hold it, and then we're gonna exhale through the mouth. And when we exhale longer than we inhale, that actually tells our nervous systems that we're safe. That helps to reduce stress. When you exhale longer than you inhale, it signals to our nervous system that we are safe. So let's do 3 of those right now, okay? We're gonna breathe in through our nose, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Whew. Gets me every time. So whenever you feel yourself getting a little stressed out, take a minute and do some deep breaths. If you start incorporating that into your routines in the morning, then you'll just start to do it naturally, and you'll be reducing stress, reducing the morning stress of, oh my gosh, I gotta get up, I gotta get ready, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Where's Billy? Where's Lily? I gotta get them ready. No. We're gonna take some deep breaths and we're gonna manage that stress because it is so important for our health and the health of our gut and our total feminine vitality. So to wrap it up, remember the gut is a highway system that communicates between the brain and the body. And it is a major, major indicator of our overall health and our vitality. Our gut health plays a crucial role in our feminine energy and our feminine vitality. Through intuition, creativity, hormonal balance, emotional well-being, and intelligence. It regulates our moods, okay? So when our gut is out of whack, our lives are dysregulated. And often this is through leaky gut. Poor sleep, poor mood, poor digestion, poor energy, poor life. So how we can help repair and restore that? Eat those prebiotics, eat those probiotics, remove the irritants, cut it out with them processed foods, y'all. I'm telling you, this is not going to help you. We are addicted to it because there are things like sugars and different hormones pumped into these foods, so we can be addicted to them. They're making us sick. And like I said, if you don't have leaky gut, but you just want to optimize your gut health, you can go by that 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, prioritizing those whole foods, and 20% of the time, have your little bit of sugars, have your little bit of cakes, have your little bit of Doritos. But if you are dealing with leaky gut, this is something that we have to stop completely to restore the lining of our gut. And if you need help with that, email me. Let me know. I'm here for you, okay? All right, ladies. So that is the importance of our gut health. We're going to manage our stress. We're going to do some wusa, and we're in this together. I'm telling you this because these are things that I need to remember to do for myself. We're on the journey together, and I got you. And until next video, I can't wait to see you. Ciao for now, ladies.